back to the big game countdown. You're looking at some of the sights and sounds from the Phoenix Convention Center, host of the Media Center all week here at the Big Game Championship. Earlier, we heard from the players leading up to Sunday's kickoff. How about the coaches? Bill Belichick's been very busy the last 2 weeks talking about a lot of things other than football. And Pete Carroll, well, he's just been staying the course.
This is a really smart football team we're playing. They're really smart. And Coach Belichick has always been noted for challenging his opponents in all ways. And so he continues to do that. And so we're striving to stay ahead of that as best we can in the preparation and the awareness. Not all teams are like that, so this team really does heighten your awareness of the different things that they can do.
Well, I think our team has shown all year that we have a great chemistry and feeling of togetherness. I think that these guys have, supported each other well and worked well with each other through months, really, of challenges, all the different teams that we've played, all the different ups and downs that we've had during our season.
Certainly two of the marquee coaches in pro football ready for kickoff at the University of Phoenix Stadium. Speaking of this facility, anyone who visits here, it's a must-see. The Freedom Plaza, as they honor a great player to pass through here with the Arizona Cardinals. And for more on that, my colleague, Amy Gill.
I became more of a fan because, of his sacrifice, what he did for us, and, left $1 million behind and went to the military.
As you probably know, former Cardinals safety Pat Tillman was killed by friendly fire in Afghanistan back in 2004. Espinoza remembers that exact moment when he heard Tillman was retiring from the NFL for a new life in the armed forces.
It's kind of surprising because you don't hear of too many people that would, leave behind a lot of money to go and protect their country, and did what he did and the sacrifice that he made for us.
Espinoza says that the statue that was revealed back in 2006 by the Cardinals represents more than just Tillman's sacrifice. It's a thank you to every member of the military.
There's so many people out there that do sacrifice, what they've done before and give up a lot of things just to go and protect our country.
For the Big Game Countdown, I'm Amy Gill.
Really, Pat Tillman, a beloved sports figure, not just here in the Phoenix area, but really all over America after what he did for his country, and it has not been forgotten and often remembered here at the Freedom Plaza. Well, this is a very busy sports town, as we told you earlier, and football is not the only thing going on here. In fact, they've got a pretty big golf event, and in fact, they have a very prominent golf hole, TPC Scottsdale. It's one of golf's most famous holes, the par 3 16th at TPC Scottsdale. Thousands will watch from here, many in luxury accommodations, screaming mightily.
The 16th is unbelievable. We get about 15 to 20,000 people packed in there. It has a life of its own. The tour players love it. They know what they're getting into. It's unlike anything they play throughout the year.
The Phoenix Open has become nearly as big as a major, one of the plum stops on the PGA Tour schedule.
We've got about 800 media in town for this, which rivals a major. We've got just an incredible field, which rivals a major. It's on a lot of people's bucket list. I got to go to the Masters. I got to go to the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
For Arizona, a sports week cannot get bigger than this. Lots of energy in the desert.
This golf tournament, it's as much about the social aspect as it is about the golf. A lot of folks come out here and don't even see golf, so it's a great time. We get 200,000 people on a Saturday, which is just unheard of in golf.
So between the events here in Glendale and Scottsdale, a lot going on for sure. The Big Game Championship is a national security event. It is the safest place to be in America, if only for a day. And monitoring the skies are folks at Tyndall Air Force Base on the other coast in Florida. Here's the story.
The 601st Air Operations Center located at Tyndall oversees the airspace over the entire United States, especially during big events.
And what they do is they put some additional restrictions on a big event like that, and together we monitor it, and if anybody happens to violate that restrictions or wander into airspace that they didn't belong in, we'll safely escort them out so we can continue to keep the airspace above the Super Bowl safe.
The preparation for military personnel at the AOC begins an entire year in advance, as soon as the location of the big game is announced.
When the announcement of what the location of the next Super Bowl will be, we'll begin coordinating with our interagency partners, and then we get heavy into it about 6 months out leading up to the Super Bowl.
And the days leading up to the game, which for some is focused on the calls made on the field, while for others, it's a day fulfilling their call of duty.
We're at work that day and we're doing our job, which we're happy to do every day, and we focus a little bit more attention on this particular event because it's important to us and the American people.
So make no mistake, this will be a very safe place for the big game championship. You know, the craziest day during the whole week here is Media Day. It's always on a Tuesday, and it always involves the wild and the wacky. You get thousands of reporters, some not really the most noted journalists in the world. Here are some of the sights and sounds from Media Day.
It's cool, you know, I'm just enjoying it, relaxing, and looking at all the media frenzy going crazy in here right now.
I'm Mr. Selfie, so I have all the angles, you know, camera, you need another angle, took selfie guy, o sea, you know, to have fun with the players, Media Day, you have to cover all the angles, man.
You know, man, I get paid every day to have fun, and that's the thing, you know, everybody always talks about, oh, you know, I hate going to work, whatever. I love going to work. I get to go to work and have fun and wear a barrel. Who else can say they get to do that?
When we come back on the Big Game Countdown, well, we're going to show you who's going to win this game between New England and Seattle. But as we go to break, a look at the beautiful University of Phoenix Stadium, where it's been a busy place all week. In fact, at times, practicing the halftime show here in Glendale. We'll be right back.